Very good morning, you. Very good morning, children. A very happy morning to everyone. Good morning. So how was the yesterday's paper? Good morning, children. Very good morning. Yesterday's paper, any comment? It was, you scored 175. Very nice. Good. Very good. Good one. Easy. Very good. 180. That's two. Good, Priyanka. Trishal, 180. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name correctly. Arya 180, that's really good. Anya, sorry. Shri Vaishnavi 180. I'm really proud of you guys, very proud of you. Surya, good, very good. Still you can do better. Surya, 165. Hardly 3 questions. One question, though I do accept, even anyone can write one question. That means you are just 2 more questions if you do it correctly. And good, Shreya. Where should we give the test? Okay, Shreya, we have given the information. Yeah, Shri Gosalites application. Yeah, the application of Shri Gosalites. With all the information, I will share with you on the WhatsApp. What you can do, you can just give me some hi or any notification to my WhatsApp. After the completion of the class, I will send to you. Meanwhile, in this question paper, any question where we need to discuss something, any question to discuss, yeah, where we should write the test. Okay, Oppo 170, it's good. Oppo A31 170, it's really good. And Gayatri 180, very good Gayatri, proud of you. HVRD 170, it's really good. Anything 170, 175, 180, and this is 176, 222,934. And really, I really appreciate your understanding, your patience in leaving one question. What is highest marks in offline? Offline 180 only. 180 people have scored 180. I know about my subject. And about the total, so far we don't have any information. And maybe today evening some information will be shared to us, and then the next class I'll be telling you. Okay, now dear children, we did up to phylum platyhelminths, but then let me tell you, it was a very small portion. Although we tried to give some statement type of question so that it won't be that easy for you, and well, you did it well. It's really appreciable. You did it well, and 1 or 2 questions we did ask. For example, schizocoelomates, 1 or 2 questions we have given about, which is little more than NCERT. Now, this is a paper. Any question where we need to give any clarification, the paper is in front of us. Polyembryony. Poly means many, embryo, many embryonic stages. Polyembryony, multiple embryonic stages, the meaning of the term. Now, in case of which embryonic stage we are talking here? We are talking about the larva, because larva is one of the embryonic stage. And polyembryony, that means in most of the flatworms, this is seen. The classical example of liver fluke. You know that there are many type of larvae of liver fluke. For example, Miracidium, Radia, Cercaria, Metacercaria, Miracidium, Radia, Cercaria, Metacercaria. These 5, larval stages. Although you are not supposed to learn all of them, yes, learn just one thing, that they have got more than one intermediate host. More than one intermediate host. So that they can easily parasitize the primary host. To facilitate the parasitization of the primary host, Means, who is the primary host? A primary host is I'll come to that. Primary host is an organism or is a host where the parasite reproduce sexually. And secondary host is the one where the parasite reproduce asexually. So here the difference is of sexually, reproduction sexually and asexually. For example, in case of malaria. Now, malaria, where is the sexual reproduction of the parasite takes place? We know that in case of the malaria, it is the mosquito body where the sexual reproduction or sporogony takes place. And in the human body, it is schizogony. That means asexual reproduction, asexual splitting, okay, that occurs in the RBCs and in the liver cells. So for malarial parasite, human beings are the secondary host and mosquito is the primary host. So we use the word primary host or the first degree host where sexual reproduction takes place, and the secondary host, okay, where the asexual reproduction takes place. The primary host is also known as the definitive host. It is also called definitive host, and the secondary host is aka also known as the intermediate host. So intermediate and secondary are same, and primary and definitive are same. And so what is here? The sexual reproduction of the parasite takes place. Sexual reproduction of the parasite takes place, and here the asexual reproduction of the parasite takes place, okay, of parasite. Now here I can give you example. For example, in case of plasmodium, in case of plasmodium, the primary host is mosquito and secondary host is humans. In case of Wuchereria, here it is reverse. The primary host, here it is man or human. It is human. And the secondary host is mosquito. So it all depends, which parasite we are talking about. It all depends on the parasite and not, there is no general rule as such. Now, why this is so? So that the primary host, it can be easily parasitized. These are parasitic adaptations. Parasitic. In case of liver fluke, Here, the humans are the primary host, and there is a snail and a fish. A snail and a fish. These are the secondary hosts. So this state, you can see that there are three hosts and different larval stages are accommodating them or parasitizing them. This is known as polyembryony. So please remember, platyhelminthes polyembryony. Platyhelminthes shows polyembryony. That means multiple larval stages. I think it is clear now, everyone. Okay. Explain gastrovascular cavity with single opening. Okay. Now, I think this is clear to everyone. Good. Gastrovascular cavity. Now, this term is used in case of the cnidarians. In the cnidarians and in the ctenophora, there is a cavity, for example, like the hydra. I'll show the hydra. It's a polyp. Hydra is a polyp. It is fixed to the substratum. Hydra body. The tentacles. Okay, and there is a mouth lies on the hypostome. So you can show this little raised part, and the mouth is here. So this is the mouth. But let me tell you, this is also the anus. Why? Because there is a common cavity only. And this cavity is called gastrovascular cavity. Gastrovascular cavity. This cavity is called gastrovascular cavity. This is hydra. The main stem, and these are the tentacles. This is the mouth and this is hypostome. This is acting like a mouth as well as anus. You can see this one. Now this type of body plan, what do you call this body plan? Who will tell me? What is this body plan known as? Come on. What is this body plan known as? Very good, Priyanka, you are right, and many people are right here. Thank you so much. God bless. Varsha, Deepika, Poco, very good. This is called the blind sac body plan. This is called the blind sac bow plan. Bow plan means body plan, blind sac body plan. As you can, blind means anything which is closed at one end, only open here, but not open here. It is a blind sac body plan. Blind sac body plan. Blind sac body plan can be seen in Cnidaria ctenophora. It can be seen in Cnidaria. It can be seen in ctenophora and can be seen in platyhelminths. Even platyhelminths also, there is a blind sac body plan. But let us now begin with the aschelminths. It is a good thing to start the aschelminths now because we can compare with this. In case of aschelminths, the alimentary canal is having two openings. So one opening here, one opening here. And this is the body wall. The body wall, okay? And I'll show the body. So this is all. And you can see the gut inside with two openings. So one is for ingestion and one is for egestion. We can call this as the mouth and this as the anus. Now, this type of body plan, anyone can tell me what is this body plan known as? This is like in aschelminths. Aschelminths, come on. What is this bow plan, beta? It is a tube within a tube. Very good. This is known as tube within a tube. tube within a tube body plan. It is called tube within a tube body plan. And this type of gut, any idea what adjective we use for this gut? This is a gut. Any adjective we use for this gut? Come on. Any adjective? Very good. We call this gut as the complete gut. Very good. This is called complete gut. Complete gut. So first time complete gut can be seen in Aschelminthis. First time complete gut can be seen in Aschelminthis. Now whatever we know about Aschelminthis, I'll write on the next page, and then I want you to recall all these points. Okay. So we are now doing Aschelminthis. Okay. So Aschelminthis. First thing is they are triploblastic organizations. They are triploblastic organization or triploblastic animals. Triploblastic animals. Then they have got bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. Then they have got organ system level of organization. Organ system level of organization. And I put a extract mark. That means for the very first time, organ system level of organization as such in the complete phylum can be seen. Okay. Now they are the pseudocoelomates. Pseudocoelomates. And for pseudocoelomates, I'll put hashtag. That means only this phylum has a pseudocoelom. No other phylum has a pseudocoelom. Pseudocoelom is seen in only this phylum. What else we know about them? Okay. Now pseudocoelom means pouches of mesoderm are there. Scattered pouches. They have not become one. Scattered pouches are there. Okay. Now, any other point that already we know from the basis of classification we have done about them? About their coelom, their symmetry, triploblastic, their level of organization, and well, yes, they are unsegmented animals. Unsegmented animals. Anything else we can know about them? Of course, they are non-chordates. Anything else we know about them? Which is we have done on the from the basis of classification. Yes, they have a syllabus of Sunday exam. Beta pakka, I'll be telling you. But then these phyla pakka there. Some I think non-chordates hai pendi. Now, dear children, one thing we know that they have got muscular pharynx. Muscular pharynx. Something I'll put an asterisk mark. That means for the very first time you can see a muscular pharynx here. And most important thing which you see for the very first time is that they are dioecious. They are dioecious. Dioecious, and that too also very first time. For the very first time, animals are dioecious, and there is a sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now, their habits and habitat. Their habits and habitat. What you know about their habits and habitat? Now they live in all type of habitat. They can live in aquatic, or they can live in terrestrial. They live in aquatic or terrestrial. Aquatic can be both marine as well as freshwater. They can live in both ways. They can found in free form, free living. They can be seen free living, or some of them can be parasitic also. Parasitic, okay? Now, where they can parasitize? They can parasitize humans, other animals, and even plants. Even plants they can parasitize. Even plants, humans, animals, and even plants they can parasitize. And So not all are there. Few parasitic forms are there. They're aquatic. They are marine, freshwater. They can live on terrestrial soil. Everywhere you will find them to live. Okay. Then one very important point about these escalmantis is that very important point is that they have got internal fertilization. They have got internal fertilization. Internal fertilization. They have got sexual reproduction, internal fertilization. That's a very important thing because both the worms, platyhelminths and escarminths, they have got internal fertilization. Both these worms have got internal fertilization. Okay, and their development can be both direct as well as indirect. So both they can be direct as well as they can be indirect. Okay, so they can be having direct or they can have be indirect development. Development can be both direct as well as indirect. I want you to please open the NCERT and please confirm this development. I want my children to please open the NCERT and please confirm the development in case of Aschelminthis. Confirm this development in Aschelminthis. Anyone has done that? Correct. So they are both, okay? And yes, dimorphism, in most of them, there is sexual dimorphism. You'll find that sexual dimorphism. Here, females are longer. Females are longer than males. Females are longer than males. Okay? Now, another thing is that their excretion. For excretion, there is an excretory tube, and they have got an excretory pore. So there is no such cloaca. However, in one sex, cloaca can be found, but as such, textbook has not mentioned that in one sex, cloaca is found, and in one sex, excretory pore is there. Only excretory pore is mentioned in the textbook, so we will learn that excretory pore. However, in males, there is a cloaca, females, there is no cloaca. But just remember, the main prominent thing is excretory tube and excretory pore. Okay. So some examples of them, you have got Ascaris lumbricoides. This is a common roundworm. Then Vuceraria bancrofti and Vuceraria malai. Vuceraria bancrofti and Vuceraria Malaya, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, that region is Malaya, Vuceraria bancrofti and Vuceraria malai, Ascaris lumbricoides. What else you should know about them? Then there is a Ankylostoma. Ankylostoma. The common name of Ankylostoma is hookworm. Common name of Ankylostoma is hookworm. And my dear children, here is a confusion because what happens that hooks and suckers, this is mentioned in the platyhelminths. Hooks and suckers are mentioned in the platyhelminths. So sometimes student, because hookworm is given, they get confused that they must be hooks are there. So hookworm, it is a platyhelminths now. Hookworm is Ankylostoma duodenale. It is not a platyhelminths, it is a roundworm. It is Ankylostoma duodenale. This is a roundworm, also called the hookworm. Vuceraria is also called filarial worm. Vuceraria bancrofti, Vuceraria malai. These are the filarial worm. And Vuceraria, it is a digenetic parasite. It parasitizes both humans as well as mosquitoes. In India, the main mosquito species is Culex. However, in different parts of the world, different mosquito species are involved. NCRT has not given any species name, and that is correct, because if you Google it also, you will not find any particular species name. But in all our internal examinations, everywhere QLEX, QLEX, QLEX given. Maybe because in India, majority of the species, organisms, they belong to culex. However, please refrain yourself in mentioning any species of mosquito. Dear children, well, that is all about them, okay? Uh, okay, so this is about Escalminthis, and now we will talk about the Annelida. Phylum Annelida. Very important things can be seen from phylum Annelida. Very important things. I'm very happy that you guys have really started your zoology with full marks, and that is really commendable. And I want you to please maintain this spirit so that, and subject by subject, you focus on subject by subject. And this is how this whole 10 months of preparation will pass on. And you will not realize when this 10 months get over. And at the end of this, then you will be going to the medical college of your choice. So how lovely that feeling is at the end of this, okay? However, we can think of any bad thing, why not this year, why not that year? But let me tell you, you can get a better college. So God will always do some compensation. God will always do some compensation. Okay, so this is animal kingdom. Internal fertilization. So I gave you that internal fertilization up to Arthropoda also, internal fertilization. So internal fertilization is Porifera, then Platyhelminths, Aschelminths, and then Arthropoda also. I'll be going to discuss with you. Okay. Now let me bring you to the Aschelminths. The body of Aschelminths is circular in cross section, hence the name roundworm. They may be free living, aquatic, and terrestrial, or even parasitic in plants and animals. Roundworms have organ system level of body organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, and pseudocoelomate animals. Alimentary canal is complete with a well-developed muscular pharynx. An excretory tube removes body waste from the body cavity through the excretory pore. So excretory tube and excretory pore, this you have to learn. Sexes are separate, they are dioecious, that is males and females are distinct. Often females are longer than males. This is called sexual dimorphism. Fertilization is internal and development may be direct or it may be indirect. Direct means where the young one looks like the adult, and indirect means where the young one does not look like the adult, or we can say there is a larval stage in between. Ascaris lumbricoides is the common roundworm. Wuchereria bancrofti, Wuchereria malai, these are the filarial worm. They causes the disease elephantiasis, and Ankylostoma duodenale, this is hookworm. Well, that's about this Aschelminthis, guys. All these points we have written on the board and we have done that. So what are those points which are the first timers, which happens for the very first time? Let me quickly ask you, what are the things that happen for the very first time? Organ system level of organization, it happened for the very first time. They have a muscular pharynx and they are dioecious. These things happen for the very first time. Very important thing, dioecious. Before that, all the phyla, they are monoecious, and this is dioecious. Sexual dimorphism, because females are longer than males, and excretion. Regarding this excretion, excretory tube and excretory pore, just keep this point in mind. All type of habitat, and they may be free living or they may be parasitic, and they parasitic up to the plants. They up to the plants, they are parasitic. And the examples are Ascaris, which is a common roundworm, Wuchereria, which is the filarial worm, and Ankylostoma, which is the hookworm. And they have internal fertilization, and they have got sexual reproduction and direct or indirect development. The development is not fixed, but fertilization is internal. Remember that in both the worms, can I shift the board? Yes, in both the worms means flatworms and roundworms. In both the worms means flatworms and roundworms. Flatworms and roundworms, their fertilization is internal. Fertilization is internal. In both the worms, fertilization is internal. So this will help you to remember the P and A, platyhelminths and escalminths. And among the non-chordates, internal fertilization, among the non-chordates, internal fertilization, I told you, just remember Papa. So Porifera, platyhelminths, escalminths, and this is Arthropoda. Papa. Just remember Papa. Okay. Among the non-chordates, internal fertilization is PPAA Papa. Okay. Well, guys, that's all about the roundworms and now the Annelida. I think all points are clear. Roundworms clear ho gaya na? Simple hai roundworms. Okay. Now let's start with the Annelida. In Annelida, already we know about them that they are triploblastic, they are bilaterally symmetrical, then they have organ system level of organization, then they are hermaphrodite. Now, hermaphrodite, except there is a guy which is known as Nereis. Guys, Nereis. This is dioecious. Nereis is dioecious. Remaining all are monoecious. Nereis is dioecious. All are monoecious. Okay. So here separate sexes. As for separate sexes, sexes are separate, and then N for this is in Nilu, okay? Nilu, that means water. This is aquatic, Nilu, it lives in water. Sexes are separate, okay? Just learn these 2 points about them. Hermaphrodite except Nereis, Nereis. This is Nereis, okay? Done. Okay. So these are the points that already we know about them. These are basic points. They have got a complete gut. Okay. Now, first time you will find the coelom. For the very first time, true coelom. A true coelom is found in the animals. For the very first time, true coelom is found in the animals. And then I'll put this star marks. That means for the very first time, true coelom is found. Okay. Also, there is for the very first time, circulatory system for the very first time. This is also for the very first time, and this circulatory system is closed type. This is closed type, okay? Except in leeches. In the leeches, it is open type, whereas in all it is closed type. Circulatory system is closed type. So, true coelom for the very first time, circulatory system also for the very first time among the animal kingdoms. What else we have? One more thing. they have is that they have got true segmentation for metamerism. Metamerism for the very first time. Metamerism for the very first time. And one more thing, the body wall has both circular and longitudinal muscles. So body wall composed of both circular and longitudinal longitudinal muscles. And because of this, just recall in the mind the type of movement in earthworm. Type of movement in earthworm. Just recall that possible only when they have got both circular as well as longitudinal muscles in their body wall. And even this is also for the very first time among the animals you will find this. There's so many first timers here through coelom for the very first time. Circulatory system, okay? A circulatory system that took closed type for the very first time. It is a closed type. However, the circulatory system as such is for the very first time. Then metamerism or true segmentation. Metamerism means true segmentation. True segmentation. That too also for the very first time seen. Annelida, it literally means tiny rings, okay? So, annuli means tiny rings, because the body looks like as if, because there are, the segmentation, external segmentation is most marked. You can see external segmentation is most marked. Beta, external segmentation is very marked. So you'll find that this is having many rings. Okay, the body composed of many rings. Therefore, the name Annelida, rings bearer, Annelida. Triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, organ system level of organization. They are hermaphrodite except in Nereis. Keep this point in mind, except in Nereis. Now this Nereis has got parapodia. Nereis has got parapodia for locomotion. That is for locomotion. Now, these are the lateral appendages. I'll show you what the diagram of parapodia would be like. Suppose these are the segments. Okay, these are the segments. So you'll find that they have got these type of lateral appendages. Now, what is special about these lateral appendages is that there are gills inside, capillaries are there inside, gills inside. Acha, then what is the importance of the gills? Yes, gills does both the functions. It help in both. So I'll show the setae here. These are the setae. Okay, setae. And these are parapodia. Parapodia has got blood capillaries, okay? And what is the function of these parapodia? I mean, parapodia has locomotory function, that is perfect. I'm saying that these gills that you are finding, gills, what are the functions? Already hint I have given you. I'm asking what are the functions. That means I'm looking for two functions, okay? I'm looking for two functions. These are the gills. Okay, I'm looking for two functions. Okay, this is Nereis. Yes, respiration, exchange of gases. Very good. Locomotion, swimming. I take that. I'm asking about the gills. Exchange of gases, very good. Respiration. Respiration. Any other who can think of? अच्छा बच्चा ये देखो, this is in water ना, this is living in water and gills means floating, ठीक है, and you know gills means that there is a extensive blood capillaries are here, extensive blood capillaries are here, and therefore chinna chinna amount of waste because they have got ammonia, and ammonia can diffuse from the body surface very easily. Here the waste matter is ammonia. It can diffuse from the body surface. Okay, no doubt that urea is the waste in case of earthworm, but here the ammonia waste is there, ammonia, and gills help in elimination. So both the functions, they help in respiration, they help in respiration as well as excretion of the excretion of ammonia. Excretion. They both help in both respiration and excretion. Gills in the parapodia, they help in both respiration and excretion. Guys, these are the parapodia. Para means parasite, podia means legs. Parapodia, these are. And these at the end I have shown them setae. They are setae. Setae. These are setae. Okay, these are setae. Green color I have shown setae, parapodia, inside that I have shown some red marking so that you will remember sir has told us that gills are there, and what gills actually, gills means these are parapodia only, but it is behaving like gills, and it is not only helping in respiration but also help in excretion. Now, these are the points to coelom, circulatory system, closed type of circulatory system. They have got a tubular heart, metamerism, true segmentation, body wall, circular as well as longitudinal muscles are there. These are some of the common points that we can think of about Annelida. Now, coming to their fertilization, fertilization is external. In some case, it is internal also. Generally, external fertilization, and development is both direct and indirect. Development is both direct and indirect, and mostly external fertilization. In case of earthworm, the fertilization is external. It is inside the cocoon, but outside the body. Okay, external fertilization in case of earthworm. No doubt the chief excretory waste in earthworm, it is urea. Urea, okay? And here I am saying it is ammonia, but this is aquatic form. It lives in Nilu, aquatic. This is an aquatic form, aquatic. Well, guys, these are the points. Now, if you can tell me some examples of them, some examples already, earthworm or ferretima, ferretima, earthworm or ferretima, P-H-E-R-E, ferre, P-H-E-R-E-T-I-M-A, ferretima. This is the common earthworm, earthworm ferretima. What else? There is hirudinaria, hirudinaria, hirudinaria. This is the leech, hirudinaria. It is parasitic. It is leech. Okay. What else? Then ectoparasite. Then there is a nereis. Nereis. Okay. This is aquatic one. Nereis. Nereis. These are some common examples of Annelida. Common examples of Annelida. Any other annelid you are thinking of? Any other annelid you can think of right now? Of course, millipede, centipede. Right now, if you can think of the examples of NCRT, not millipede, centipede, sorry. No, they are not annelid. Any other example you can think of? Hirudinaria done, we have done. Leech, that we have done. Okay. Okay, done, that is done. So guys, that is about very little examples are there in Annelida. Ferretima is the earthworm, hirudinaria is the leech, and nereis is the nereis. It is also called sandworm. Nereis also called sandworm. Well, phylum Annelida, they may be aquatic, marine or freshwater or terrestrial free living and sometimes parasitic. They are sometimes parasitic. They exhibit organ system level of body organization and bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic, metamerically segmented and coelomate animals. Metamerism, coelom, these are very important things. Their body surface is distinctly marked out into segments or metameres, and hence the phylum name Annelida, Latin annulus, little ring. They possess longitudinal and circular muscles which help in locomotion. Aquatic annelids like nereis possess lateral appendages, parapodia, which help in swimming. A closed circulatory system is present. Nephridia, singular nephridium, help in osmoregulation and excretion. Neural system consists of paired ganglia connected by lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. Very important, neural system consists of paired ganglia connected by lateral nerves to the double ventral nerve cord. Nereis, an aquatic form, is dioecious, but earthworm and leeches are monoecious, and reproduction is sexual. Earthworm and leeches are monoecious and nereis is dioecious. Okay. Now this is for attachment. It is a parasite, ectoparasite. Now telling you about the neural system. If you can recall and just tell me what shall I write here. Okay. This is all about that neural system. I'll make the neural system of an earthworm. Okay. So let me make the suprapharyngeal ganglia, then subpharyngeal ganglia, this is the bigger one, suprapharyngeal, three ganglia fused to form suprapharyngeal ganglia. Okay. Suprapharyngeal ganglia is in third segment and subpharyngeal ganglia is in the fourth body segment. So if I can say this is a fourth segment and this is a third body segment. So this is third and fourth. And these are circumpharyngeal connective. Circumpharyngeal connective. And this part, the brain, this is the brain, cerebral ganglia, also called the brain. Okay. Now it has got many sensory nerves. It is giving sensory nerves to the eyes, and also they have got something known as prostomium. Okay. So they have got prostomium. They have got, okay, and here you will find some motor nerves coming out, and then in every segment there are ganglia. Every segmented ganglia are there. They are fused, segmented ganglia, fused one, and there are nerves. You can see the nerves. These are segmental nerves, segmental nerves, and it is connected to each other. Now this is connected. This is a double ventral nerve cord. They are connected by double ventral nerve cord. Double ventral nerve cord. So this is double ventral and solid. DVS, double ventral and solid nerve cord. These are segmental ganglia, and these are segmental nerves. Segmental nerves. At least some organ, I am showing the definition is in metamerism, at least some organs. Very clearly, you can see that these are the, I'll show them, segmental ganglia, okay. These are segmental ganglia. This is somewhat the arrangement of the nervous system. Now, as it is in case of the earthworm, more or less the same type is found in other. This one is a subpharyngeal ganglia, and this one is suprapharyngeal ganglia, suprapharyngeal ganglia. This is also called cerebral ganglia, also called cerebral ganglia, and because of cerebral ganglia, we can call this as the brain, also called the brain of the earthworm. So I have drawn the diagram of the earthworm nervous system. I have drawn some segments, and this is the third segment, and the fourth segment. So up till here you can find out this is the third segment, and this one is the fourth segment, and this part, you can see this part, this is known as the nerve ring. This part is called nerve ring. This is called the nerve ring. Nerve ring, and that is a double ventral solid nerve cord. Ventrally, nerve cord, two are there, and it is solid. That means it is not hollow. I think you can also see the picture of the earthworm, and these are the examples, and that is all about the annelida. Annelida, I think you have understood it. Let me, I'm not asking many questions today, so I'm thinking about some saving time. And then Nereis, Ferretima earthworm, and Hirudinaria, blood-sucking leech. Blood-sucking leech. Now this one is a Nereis one. Nereis, and what you see, these are the parapodia. These are parapodia. These are parapodia. Parapodia. Any doubt here? Any doubt in case of Annelida? Aschelminthes, Annelida. What is the next one? The largest phylum of animal kingdom. Nearly 2/3 of the animals, they belong to this phylum. Nearly 2/3 of the animals, they belong to this phylum. So all these points which have come, they will be continuous in the next phylum, Arthropoda. Plus some additional points are also added there. Plus all these points of first timers and all, that will be continuous in Arthropoda. Can I go to the board, please? Okay. So Arthropoda. The largest phylum of animal kingdom, 2/3 of all animals, 2/3 of all animals are arthropods. Okay. Now, 7 out of 10 animal species identified are insects. 7 out of 10. Ante how much? Nearly 70%. Nearly 70% of the known animal species are insects. Two-thirds of all animals are known to be arthropoda. You know that 1.5 million organisms have been identified, and out of those identified among the animals, okay, among the animals, nearly 70% of all the identified, 70% are animals, 70% of the known species are animals, and nearly 70% of them are insects. Nearly 70% of them are insects. Please learn this data. Largest phylum of animal kingdom. 70% of all the known species are animals, and nearly 70% of them are insect species. So 7 out of 10 animals which are identified are actually insects. Arthropoda, the largest phylum of animal kingdom. This is the largest phylum of animal kingdom. Largest phylum of animal kingdom. So what points we can learn about them? Yes, they are triploblastic. Then what else? They are bilaterally symmetrical. Then what else we know about them? They are coelomates, okay? Triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical. They are the true coelomates. They are segmented. Metamerism present. Metamerism present in Arthropoda. They are triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical. They are coelomates, okay? And what else we know about them in general? Already that we have done in the basis of classification. They have a complete gut. Number 6, they have an open circulatory system. Open circulatory system. There, what else? Now, this open circulatory system is something which you have to learn up to complete gut. All these points already you know about them. Of course, they have got organ system level of organization, organ system level of organization. Triploblastic, bilaterally symmetrical, they are true coelomates, they are truly segmented, they have a complete gut, they have open circulatory system, and this is their special point. Open circulatory system is something special about them. They can be found in all type of habitat, all types of habitat. One more thing you should know about them is that Respiratory organs. They are having various type of respiratory organs. We will discuss some common important respiratory organs among them. What else we can know about them? Basic points. They are non-chordates, muscles. They have got, yes, we can know about them, that they have got exoskeleton, chitinous, exoskeleton, chitinous exoskeleton, and this is their hashtag, chitinous exoskeleton, which makes them tough and therefore they can withstand all type of habitat. Respiratory organs, they have different respiratory organs, like for example, they may have tracheal system, they have tracheal system, they have got book lungs, they have got book gills, okay, book lungs, book gills, tracheal system. In aquatic form, they have got simple gills in crustaceans. In crustaceans, gills are there. In the crustaceans, like prawn, they have gills, book lungs, book gills, tracheal system, tracheal tube. This is something you should learn about them. Special point, you should know about them. Excretory system. Now they have got a system, excretory system. So they have got excretory system. For example, Malpigeon tubules, Malpigeon, Malpigeon tubules. This is in insects. This in insects, Malpigeon tubules are there in excretory system. Then they have got in excretion what all organs they may have. The common one are Malpigeon organs, Malpigeon tubules only. Now these are some of the important points about this phylum. Let me just quickly say these are simple one, triploblastic organ system, level of organization bilaterally symmetrical. They are a true coelomate, they are schizocoelomates. Okay, so that is a schizocoelom. Segmented worms, they are having metameric segmentation and complete gut. They have open circulatory system. This is very important point. Their respiratory system varies from tracheal system to the gills to book lungs and book gills. They are also there. Okay, and other things they can have is coxal glands. They have got coxal glands. Okay. Then they have got they live in all type of habitat, and they have a chitinous exoskeleton. And this is something their specialty, excretory system, Malpigeon tubules. And let me tell you that these tubules are not found in any other species. So if Malpigeon tubules are given in your examination, that means it is Pakka insecta, which belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. And they are the largest phylum and the largest class is Insecta. Insecta is the largest class. Insecta, largest class. Well, these are very important, very important. Here, the fertilization. What do you think? Fertilization, Papa. Okay. So fertilization is internal, internal. Fertilization is internal, and also you will find that development, it may be direct or it can be indirect. development can be direct or indirect. They have got sexual mode of reproduction, and fertilization is internal fertilization. So these are the four phyla where the fertilization is internal. Can anyone repeat those phyla? One is in front of you, one is in front of you. Can you tell me the other three phyla which have internal fertilization? Come on. Meanwhile, I have a sip of water. Please tell me, yes, you are right. Sponges, I take that. Sponges, PPA, porifera, and then platyhelminths is very good. Platyhelminths and esculmins, and arthropoda. Arthropoda, PPA, these are having internal fertilization among the non-chordates. जब chordates करेंगे ना, तो at that time we will talk about the chordates. चला नीलू, तो लड़की को बुला दो प्लीज. You don't go, call. Okay. लड़की तो बंद कर दो. थैंक यू भैया. दोबारा प्रिंट आउट लिख दो. कोई ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट दे दो, बट दोबारा तो दो, ये क्लियर नहीं होता. ओके, ठीक है. Dear children, sorry for this water break. You also keep on taking water break. The more water you drink, the more urine you will pass out, and more the waste you will eliminate. Moreover, the more water, the gut health will remain very good. Your body will be hydrated. Never ever you will have dehydration. Dehydration doesn't mean that we have got extreme dehydration. Even a little less water in the body can lead to less mental development, like mental health will be less, and the mental output will not be that adequate if little deficiency of water is there in the body. Okay, so keep on hydrating yourself as much as possible. That is something free of cost, or cheapest, I can say, not even free of cost, but cheapest drink you can keep on taking. If you are not okay with the normal water, then of course you can take cold water. But if you can avoid and you can drink the normal water, nothing like that. So try to avoid the cold water. But in case if you are not able to withstand, then of course any type of water will definitely help you. You can buy beautiful slippers that will always remind you to take water. Okay, so get beautiful slippers you can take, and without completing 25 minutes, do not stand up. So if you want to go for peeing, make this type of system that at least one Pomodoro you will complete. And this Pomodoro, right now, one Pomodoro, we can give the standard Pomodoro of 25 minutes. How many of you do not know what is Pomodoro technique? The Pomodoro technique, how many of you do not know? If you don't know, then you have to see the video of Pomodoro technique. Yes, it is very, very helpful and a very important tool which can help in all. Even studies can be made very effective by Pomodoro. So one Pomodoro is 25 minutes. You can make it 30 minutes or 30 minutes. Don't extend more than 30 minutes, okay? 25 or 30 minutes, one Pomodoro. The largest phylum of animal, which include, so one Pomodoro. Pomodoro, a very short Pomodoro means make one study span of 25 minutes and then give a break of 5 minutes and quickly again restart. No need to get up every time. You can just close your books and you can do some deep breathing, okay, or else you can just do some massage on the head, or you can do some pranayam. That will be better. You can take some deep breathing, or you can do some anulom vilom type of pranayam. So that is for 5 minutes, okay. Again, you have to start your studies and then one span of 25 minutes, like that. Once 4 Pomodoro are completed, then you can take a break of 15 minutes after 4 Pomodoro, okay. So this is the Pomodoro technique, and it always maintains an optimum level of mental output. The mental output is most optimum if you do it like this. This is called Pomodoro, P-O-M-O, Pomo, D-O-R-O, Pomodoro. Those who want to know more about Pomodoro, they can see the videos, or you can see the videos Pomodoro for studies. That will be specially directed for studies, so you will not be confused and your time will not be wasted. So largest phylum of animal, which include insects. Over two-thirds of all named species on Earth are arthropods. They have organ system level of organization, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, segmented, and coelomate animals. The body of arthropod is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. The body consists of head, thorax, and abdomen. They have jointed appendages. Arthro, joint, and poda is appendage or legs. Poda means appendage or legs. Jointed appendages, which gives this phylum its name. Okay, so arthro means joint and poda means legs. So they have got jointed appendages, jointed appendages. I can call them jointed appendages invertebrates or non-chordates. Okay, so non-chordates having jointed appendages. Otherwise, we are also having jointed appendages. All joints are there, na? So, but we are chordates. Among the non-chordates, jointed appendages is of arthropoda. Arthropoda, jointed appendages. Okay. Dear children, let us focus all your attention. Head, thorax, and abdomen, the three parts of the body. Respiratory organs are gills, book lungs, or tracheal system. They may have gills as in crustaceans, book gills as in some crustaceans, book lungs as in case of scorpion, and in case of spiders, or tracheal system. Circulatory system is of open type. Sensory organs like antenna, eyes, compound and simple, statocyst or balancing organs are present. Please important, this is sensory organs like antenna, eyes, statocyst or balancing organs are present. Sensory organs like antenna are also called feelers. Eyes, which can be compound eyes or simple eyes. In simple eyes, image formation does not take place. Only presence or absence of light can be felt. Statocyst in water swimming form, so this will give balance in water. Excretion takes place through Malpigeon tubules. They are mostly dioecious. Fertilization is usually internal. They are mostly oviparous. Development may be direct or indirect. Examples are economically important insects like Apis, Bombyx, Lexifer. Apis is honeybee, Bombyx is silkworm, and Lexifer lacca is the lac insect. Okay, it produces a resin type of material which help in polishes and also help in industrial polishes and also in jewelry. It is as a filler in jewelry, laxifer. The vectors of important disease like Anopheles, Culex, and Aedes mosquitoes. Anopheles, which transmit malaria, malarial parasite. Culex, which transmit the in India, the filarial worm, a filarial parasite, and Aedes. Aedes, both dengue, and chikungunya. Chikungunya, dengue and chikungunya in Aedes, both are viral diseases. Culex is transmitting the Wuchereria in India, Wuchereria, which is a roundworm. Anopheles is transmitting Plasmodium, which is a protozoa. Plasmodium, which is a protozoa. Gregarious. Gregarious means G for gregarious, G for groups. Those who live in groups is called gregarious. Those who live in groups is called gregarious. Gregarious pest. Pest means those who spoil our food crop and even the food yield. Crop and their yield, that is known as pest. Locusta. Locust. Living fossil is limulus. Living fossil is limulus or king crab. Limulus or king crab. Now, before going, can you please tell me the answer? What do you mean by living fossil? Anyone who can say what is living fossil means? Come on, guys. Anyone? The YouTube, maybe you can answer, but I'm not able to see your answers in YouTube, wherein these children I can see has been from many years. No evolution. Beta, we can say very little evolution. You know, primitive organisms which are living. Yes, that makes sense. They are the primitive organisms. They have undergone very little evolution, and they resemble the primitive organisms. They resemble something very close to the primitive organisms. They are known as living fossil. Some more examples of living fossils, as I can tell you, which are of importance for our NEET examination. Do you know something called Cilocanth? Cilocanth, the guy called Latimeria. Latimeria. Earlier we thought they all are extinct, but in 1938, a fisherman in Africa, he got a fish, an abnormal fish who happened to be a coelacanth, okay? Now, these are also known as lobe fins. These are lobe fin fishes. Lobe fin fishes. LFF, lobe fin fishes. Okay? Coelacanth. Example of that we got is Latimeria. 1938, a fisherman in Africa, he found this Latimeria, and this is a living fossil. Any other example of living fossil? There are many examples. Among the plants, the Ginkgo biloba, it is a gymnosperm, it is a living fossil, and there are many examples of living fossil. For example, even the lungfishes are example of living fossil. Lungfishes, examples of living fossil. Well, this is important for us. Coelacanth. Okay, so they have not changed much in the due course of evolution. Living fossil, gregarious pest, those who live in group. vectors for many disease, and economically important insects like apis, honeybee, bombyx, silkworm, and lucifer is lac insect. My dear children, well, that's about the phylum Arthropoda. I know that little less, but then you can do some, exercise. Now, one thing I just want to make a small change here, that coxal gland, I by mistake write coxal gland in the respiratory organs. Okay, I am thinking that I have written coxal glands in the respiratory organs in case of Arthropoda. Well, I am little doubtful about the coxal glands. They are not the respiratory organs, beta. Coxal glands are the excretory organs, Malpigeon tubules and coxal glands. Coxal glands, they are present in spiders and scorpion. Spiders and scorpion, Malpigeon tubules mainly found in insects. Insects, okay? In cockroach, what is the color of Malpigeon tubules? In cockroach, what is the color of Malpigeon tubules? Green gland. Yes, green gland. In case of crustaceans, green gland, yeah, that's really good. In case of prawns, green gland, also known as antennal gland, green glands or antennal glands, antennal, ANTENNAL, antennal or green glands. These are some examples of excretory organ. Acha, tell me, beta. Did you tell me the color of them? Color? Yellow, brown, yellow color. Very good. Yellow. Purple color. Very good. Give me the name of excretory organ of Annelida. The principal excretory organ in Annelida. Annelida, very good. Nephridia, metanephridia. That is metanephridia. Metanephridia. They have got three types of nephridia: septal, integumentary, pharyngeal. Septal, integumentary, pharyngeal. SIP, SIP. Septal, integumentary, pharyngeal. Nephridia. Very good. Acha, tell me the reproduction, sexual or asexual, in case of sponges, whether it is sexual or asexual, or it may be both sexual or asexual, or exclusively asexual, exclusively sexual. Come on. What is the, yes, come on. Yes, it is both sexual and asexual in case of sponges. Now, the same question for Ctenophora, same question for Ctenophora, same question for Ctenophora, only sexual. Last question. The blind sac body plan, name the phylum where the members you will find blind sac body plan. Very good. Nidaria, Ctenophora, platyhelminthes. Nidaria, Ctenophora, platyhelminthes. Okay, CCP, Nidaria, Ctenophora, platyhelminthes. Okay, or we can learn NTP, Nidaria, Ctenophora, and platyhelminthes. Acha, tell me the type of body plan present in sponges. The type of body plan present in sponges. Come on. Blind sponges. Now, sponges लोग what type of body plan? Water canal. बेटा उसमें बोलते हैं अपन cell aggregate body plan. Three type of body plan: cell aggregate, blind sac, tube within a tube. Cell aggregate, blind sac, tube within a tube. From Aschelminthes, tube within a tube body plan. Sponges, blind sac body plan. Sponges, cell aggregate body plan, and blind sac body plan, Cnidaria, Ctenophora, Platyhelminthes. Aschelminthes onwards, all we have got tube within a tube body plan. Okay. Now, okay. Uh, Body wall made up of circular and longitudinal muscle is seen for the very first time in which phylum? Which phylum the body wall is having circular and longitudinal muscles as well? Come on. Annelida. Annelida, very good. The earthworm, you can see the way earthworm is moving. You can this contracting the body and then extending. That's how it moves. Earthworm. Very good. Very good. And type of skeleton present in earthworm. Type of skeleton present in earthworm. Skeleton. Skeleton is any organ that provides structure, shape, hydrostatic skeleton. I do take that. Very good answer. Okay, tell me just two more questions. Okay, tell me Ankylostoma. Which phylum has Ankylostoma? Name the phylum having Ankylostoma. Ankylostoma. Ankylostoma is Aschelminthis, Nematoda, Nemathelminthis, very good. Ankylostoma is hookworm. Ankylostoma is hookworm. Very good. Very good. Okay. Name the phylum where you will find Plasmodium. Phylum where you find Plasmodium. Plasmodium or any taxon, any taxonomic group where you find Plasmodium. Plasmodium Arthropoda nahi hai. Plasmodium is a protozoa. Plasmodium Anopheles is Arthropoda. Plasmodium is a protozoa. Name the vector of Aedes. Sorry. Name the disease where the Aedes is the vector. Name the diseases where Aedes mosquito is the vector. Dengue, chikungunya. Very good. I take that. Dengue, chikungunya. And with this class is over. Beta, we will starting with mollusca, and those who are really doing it and those who want to do some assignment, they can give me a WhatsApp and a WhatsApp message. Just write that you are in this class and assignment. Just write your name, or not even name, just class. Your class, better you write the name, your class, and assignment, Animal Kingdom. So I'll share with you some important assignment which minimum you have to finish them. All the best, my dear children. God bless you. Bye-bye.